All right. Um. So starting off, before we get into it, this is going to be a little bit different of a video. Um, we're going to be pretty much. I don't know. I'm getting a lot of burnout from some servers. Um, but I've always had a very good um I've had a very good experience with the Red Dead community. GTA has always been very fast paced, who you know, stuff like that. And I've done everything from like Rage to 5M, and it's been alright, but I've always enjoyed the Red M community a little bit more because it's a little bit more personal. It's not as fast paced and it's more of a slow burn kind of ordeal. So, we're getting into Red M servers, and I've always I really enjoyed Prodigy. Prodigy, I was RPing there for almost 2 years, or just at 2 years. Season 1 and 2, full ride the whole way. Even whenever it went down towards the end of season 1 and down towards the end of season 2, and always liked the community there. Um, the problem with that one was they had lost their community, or a good majority of their community, towards the end of season 2 because they didn't push out certain things. They had made promises and they didn't fulfill that. And there was a ambiguous promise that season 3 would come in the future at some point. TM to be determined. Anywho, so it's been almost a year now, and there's still no word on that. So, a buddy of mine, a good friend that I've RP'd with, has had a server that he's been kind of keeping in his back pocket, and he owns it and stuff like that. And basically was like, hey, why don't we just make our own? Because there's been I do like Hush, don't get me wrong. I like Hush. I like how not grindy it is. I also like the supernatural feel to it and stuff like that, but there has been just a need for just normalcy. And that is what we're planning on doing. So this is episode 1 of the Dev Diaries. We are making some progress now, but it is very, very early. Once we get a little bit closer to opening date, then I'll be like doing a little bit more promotional stuff. But for right now, we are planning on just starting up some stuff and kind of helping out. doing some testing and whatnot. So, um, mm, well, immediately doesn't seem to want to work. That works. That's weird. Sure, why not? Let me go on and show you around because we are planning on doing some MLOs. Actually, I wanted to see how. Okay. Hold on. Why is it not? Hold on. There it goes. Now I can fucking tab out and tab back in. Cool. Alright. Okay, so go to myself, give a weapon. No, I don't want that. Let me kind of show you around. So we revamped Blackwater, and by that we just bought an MLO. We do plan on doing this for a lot of cities. Specifically, we are looking to really increase the just the RP space, I guess, is what we're going to be calling it. Number one thing here in Blackwater, we switched out the sheriff's office for this police station. We also added a new bank and a courthouse, which with this MLO there is a connection between all three buildings, and we'll get into that a little bit later. We also added a different gun store. There's a lot of cool things with this MLO that I really enjoy. Mainly this new gun store. Is gorgeous. It's a gorgeous fucking gun store. The Blackwater Bank. You have your tellers. We'll probably add another teller in there. You have offices up here, and this is going to be tied into a bigger bank job for Blackwater later on down the road for criminals. Each office is going to have different loot, and you're going to have to find the keys somewhere for each office, so that'll be interesting. But the key to this is not only does it have a vault in here, which you'd be able to loot as part of the job, but we also plan on having a very big, like I said, this is going to be a very big bank job. It's going to be later, like in-game criminal activity. We're also going to have a big ass vault down here as well too, that people are going to be able to rob. Very early stuff. Courthouse. Everything is paved as well too. I put like a statue over there, considering that MLO is this courthouse. Very nice courthouse. Reception area. Offices. More offices, probably for lawyers or something like that. And we go up here. Probably a judge's office, maybe, for deliberations or something. Maybe another judge's office. And then we have the courtroom itself. I'm looking forward to some court roleplay. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna go down the stairs and go see the sheriff's office, which is really nice. I love it a lot. Reception area for the sheriff's office in West Elizabeth. The way that we're going to be breaking it up as well too is we're going to have 4 departments. So we have the whole state, which is going to be everything on the map. And then we're going to break it up into different counties. So county of New Austin, county of West Elizabeth, county of New Hanover, and county of Lemoyne. And then we might make the Amarillo another county as well too. I'm not 100% sure on whether or not I want to do that just yet. Mainly reason is because it's got the Wapiti Reservation and there's no real towns in Amarillo. So what we might do is just the Amarillo, New Hanover County is going to be our biggest county probably. And then we got the Lemoyne, which is covers Saint Denis and Rhodes, West Elizabeth, Strawberry and Blackwater, and New Austin, Tumbleweed, Armadillo. Where the county line would probably be the rivers. All the rivers. Except for this one. Lemoyne's obviously, you got up until this point, the marsh. But we'll continue on. Each county is going to have different sheriff's offices, but they are going to be like one sheriff per county. So 4 sheriffs altogether. I'm going to show that to you last. We got forensic lab, evidence lockers. Got a locker room right here. The wagon workshop, which be able to get a wagon out here and be able to transport prisoners in and out. Probably towards Sisika, although probably be able to just take a boat from Blackwater, so might be receiving from other counties. Got a restroom here. Got the offices for the deputies. We got the exhibition room, which is on the other side. We have the interrogation room. This is a one-way mirror over on that other side, so they'll be able to listen in. We got the sheriff's office right here. Interrogation room. See that other side on that mirror. Meeting room. And the armory. We also have a little bit of a lookout, and this being one of the bigger banks and such, have somebody on the lookout, be able to see who's coming in, who's coming out, and kind of keep an eye on the town as well too. Oh. Now let's go to the main part of this fucking sheriff's office, and that's where do we lock up the prisoners? Well, we've got general holding right here, jail cells. And this for just people that are being detained, not fully charged yet, or being detained and getting processed into the actual jails itself. But once they do get processed, we just come down this way. And we have a cell block down here. Now, Something that I really want to preference as well too. We want RP in the server. It's not necessarily we don't want oh, this is a little issue right here with some lighting issues. That's weird. Anywho, we want we want to promote RP, and we want to give everybody the opportunity to be able to do what they want with their characters. And one thing that I really want to push for in this server is criminals and criminal activities. So there's going to be a lot of criminal activities. And as you progress throughout your criminal career, there's going to be different job opportunities that you can get. Mainly, if your gang members get locked up, we want to be able to break you guys out, or have other gang members be able to break people out of jail, become a little bit more notorious. So one thing with this MLO is things are very connected. You have a lot of different opportunities to do a lot more different things. Mainly, figuring out different ways to work yourself in and out of jail, coming out through the courthouse. But there'll be a secret, if I could talk, a secret way of doing that. Well, what did we do with the old sheriff's office? Well, it's still there. And to promote more RP, and not only to give deputies a little bit of a boost as well too, we are planning on doing a bounty hunting guild as well too, which notorious gang members, they would get warrants for their arrests and such like that. Oh, this door's not opening, so we're gonna have to do something about that. Dev tools. Administration? No, so I don't want to do that. How do I no quit? Fucking. Oh, that might be why. Well, anywho, we have a bounty hunting office. The door's not opening for some god awful reason, but we do have a bounty hunter's office that we plan on using for people who want to do bounty hunting. Got nice interiors on some things, cafes and stuff. Got a theater as well too. Very nice theater for events, for people who want to RP some things and be a part of a theater trope or something like that as well too. So. Just a lot of revamped stuff. Newspaper room. Insurance. Barber. What's in here? Picture room. Very ostentatious. Okay. Farmer's market. Stables is good. We got a blacksmith. We got just general businesses that we can have. Storeroom. Carpenter. Wagons and such. Workshop. Blacksmith. It's gonna be fun. Lumber's over there, telegram office. Probably gonna have the railroad that goes in through here as well too. Different homes. A lot of fun things. Stables and whatnot. I'm gonna go over to Strawberry now and see if our MLA is over here. That's we are planning on making, doing a different sheriff's office for Strawberry as well. We just haven't gotten the MLO for it yet. But we do plan on having a bigger sheriff's office for Strawberry. Okay. don't know why that's not opening yet. Carpentry. Doctor's office isn't opening either. That's it currently for our MLOs. Again, we do plan on doing some other stuff. Mainly, no, we do have something over here in Strawberry, actually. What is this? Hold on. Doctor's office, boss menu. What the fuck is that? TP to marker. We do have something for Strawberry or Valentine right now, and that's the paved roads. But we do plan on having some other things as well with this. Wait, did we get? Did we get the thing? Nope. Sheriff's office will have it upstairs. The MLO that we're looking for pretty much revamps the entirety of Valentine. Doesn't look like we have that yet. Not yet, anyways. Soon TM. But we're gonna have different houses, different building entrances and stuff like that. A little bit different workshop for the gunsmith. We'll have a clothing store here and pawn shop upstairs. This will be a law office that you'll be actually to get into, and a bakery down below, as well as interior for the church, interior for different homes around Valentine, and over here the freight building right here will have something inside of it as well too. We'll go take a look at those over on the other server, the MLO test servers. But actually, you know what? Let's do that. We'll do that. So we're gonna epic quit, and we're gonna show you some of the stuff that we are planning on getting. These are going to be working progresses and stuff like that as well too. So, but we do plan on revamping Van Horn. We've already, one thing that I didn't get to show you as well too is we did do a armadillo as well too. Tumbleweed is going to get a rework. Rhodes is going to have a rework. Saint Denis is obviously going to get a rework as well too. And I'll show you some of the buildings we do plan on putting in Saint Denis. Some of them are here, some of them are on a different one. Van Horn is another thing that we are planning on revamping as well too. I'm just gonna do this real quick. So we're also going to have some things for criminals to do. There are going to be kind of like some hub locations that criminals are going to be able to go to and be able to do different jobs. We'll show you Valentine real quick. So exterior wise, not much different than normal Valentine, but a lot more in-depth stuff. Lower part of Valentine Sheriff's Office is going to be the same. The desk has been removed because upstairs. So Valentine is going to get a little bit of a rework. The reason why we're not going so in-depth, there was another MLO that we were looking at where both the sheriff's office and the doctor's office were kind of together, and it extended all the way out past the little outhouse right there towards the road right there. We decided not to go with that, mainly because one, it didn't look very, like, it didn't fit the aesthetic of Valentine. And we're gonna do different stuff for the new Hanover County anyways, so this is not only gonna be the only sheriff's office in New Hanover. It's just, it'll be a place where you can drop and file reports and stuff here. I'll show you the church. There won't be any way to get up into the church tower, so that'll be nice. But you'll have a little bit of a hidey hole if you decide you're going to do some grave digging or something like that. You can kind of hide out in the church. We'll go this way a little bit. Not much has changed with that saloon. But this freight building is a interior that we plan on using for like maybe a carpentry or a job. The back room's poker table. And we got some buildings that you can actually go into or rob. Stuff we do plan on doing. Did not mean to steal this horse. So removing some things in here, make it a little bit more open. Little apartments. Little storage up top. And we got a law office as well too, maybe for some lawyers, or even the department itself. If that place gets a little too crowded, they could come over here and have some discussions away from the prisoners, kind of get their story straight and shit. As well as an upstairs as well. I don't think much of the saloon has changed either. There's a lot of NPCs in here. Jesus fuck. Oh. So we have some rooms that are openable. Not that one. What about this one? Not that one either. Maybe. Nope. Okay. So one room. General store, not much has changed in here. A little less cluttered. Room upstairs is actually openable as well too. So that's good. And then we have the bakery, which will be a good addition as well. Especially if somebody wants the bakery as a business. Be able to come out here. And they even included a little bit of a house for the baker as well. Downtown blacksmith. Not much else in Valentine except for this house down this way.
Oh, okay.
Show you the exterior first. A little bit of a farmhouse. Probably going to be using this for more than likely house to rob for criminals. Not terrible. Maybe a mid-tier house. Definitely fun. We'll show you Van Horn next. So one thing that I really like about Van Horn and the rework that we plan on doing with this is I've noticed in a lot of servers Van Horn has always been a place where criminals go to be away from the law. It's been a very criminal city. We kind of want to deter that and have Van Horn more or less a actual city that you can go to and have business and have some RP. So we do have a gunsmith here, or we will have a gunsmith rather. Doctor's office. It is a very cramped doctor's office, but a doctor's office nonetheless. And upstairs, actual doctor's home. Then we have the inn, reception, bath, staff only. And the actual rooms itself. Definitely not the nicest place, but as Van Horn, what'd you expect? Oh. Oh, can't go up. Okay. Excuse me, sir. I'm gonna save that building for last. A little bit of a... Can this door open? Oh, it can. Look at that. What was this? I forgot what this was. I done forgot. Blacksmith, maybe? Wow, they really crammed the shit out of that blacksmith. Holy shit. They crammed the shit out of that blacksmith. But nevertheless, a blacksmith. And you have the infamous tavern itself.
Hi there, sugar. Looking to spend some time.
Have some poker tables.
Don't go down on me now, boy.
Hey there, good looking.
Gambling hall. No, this isn't the gambling hall. This is another tavern. Oh. Oh, it is a gambling hall. Never mind. Tavern with gamble. Gamba. Love Gamba. And then the general store is going to be in here. A lot of nooks and crannies, which isn't a bad thing. little bit of storage, maybe carpenter, trading post, which will probably be our pawn shop. And last but not least, our sheriff office. We do plan on bringing a sheriff's office here in Van Horn. Main reason why we're doing it this way, well, New Hanover's going to be very small office-wise, being Ansburg, Valentine, Van Horn. And we want to be able to give the New Hanover office a larger sheriff's office to be able to bring their prisoners in and be able to do a lot of stuff with. So Van Horn office probably will be the main hub for the New Hanover sheriff's office. Mainly because there's 3 jail cells in here. Jewelry store. We'll go to the hospital next in Santa Fe. I'm gonna let this load up a little bit. There's going to be a couple buildings that we do plan on getting for Saint Denis. We are going to revamp the hospital. We're going to revamp the sheriff's department here. Mainly the Lemoyne Sheriff's Office is going to be focused out of Saint Denis, where Rhodes is going to be a secondary town. We're still going to have a sheriff's office in Rhodes. Van Horn's, I'm sorry, New Austin is going to be a little bit different. New Austin, I know Armadillo and Tumbleweed's sheriff's offices are very small. What we had discussed instead of those two is have a ranger station outside of Armadillo, which is going to be located about right here in Armadillo. That way the rangers out in New Austin will still have plenty of space to bring criminals in. We do plan on having a lot more criminal activities out west, and kind of balance in between the whole state for different activities. New Austin is going to have some very particular jobs, as well as all around the state. They're going to have different things as well too. I know a lot of servers also only do grave digging out here in this area. We do plan on having grave digging out west as well too. So there'll be a lot of opportunities for a more western west feel out of New Austin, and we want to accommodate that a little bit as well too. But Cheesy, what is good? Good morning. How are you doing today? Building Reddit's homes. to answer that question is I am helping develop a Redem server, and we're going to have it pretty in-depth, almost like an Echo RP for Redem. And I'm showing different MLOs, which are just revamped buildings that we are putting together. So this is the doctor's office for Sanctity, which is very pretty. Reception. That door hasn't changed. You go out to the alleyway. But there's different floors. Look at that. Get a exam here. Go to the board. Let me fix that. Is that a little bit better? Okay. We love a good doctor's office. This is gonna be so much fun. So much room for activities. Okay, so that's the doctor's office for Sanctity that we're planning on getting. One criminal activity that we do plan on getting is a jewelry store. So this is the jewelry store for Sanctity that we're planning on getting. It'll be like a Vanjie's, pretty much. Where is brothel, or however you spell it? Yes. I don't know yet. But this is gonna be the jewelry store. Be able to break into these. And this is going to be a bigger jewelry store than we do have in Blackwater. Mainly because it's going to have a vault down here as well too, that you can be able to break into and get all that stuff in here. That'll be fun. So, jewelry store for Sanctity. Red in Benji's. Oh yeah. And with criminal activities and stuff like that, we're going to be able to have a little bit of court role play as well too. So we do plan on getting a courtroom, and this is what our courtroom is going to look like. Oh my goodness, my headset's dying. But this is going to be the Supreme Court for the bigger court cases. We're going to have different offices for lawyers, prosecutors, defenders. Whole manner of activities and stuff. If you're a Prodigy fan, you will very much recognize this building. We do plan on getting this, and then the courtrooms are going to be upstairs. So we have one courtroom here. We We have an office for the judge for deliberation. Holding cells for all of our criminals being charged. Another office for judge deliberation. And a secondary courtroom as well. So we do plan on having this courtroom. By the way, is it Seth's server you were helping? Sorry for all the questions. Yes, it's Seth's server. He's doing most of the scripting. We're learning how to script with him. But mainly we've been decorating. I've been coming up with different criminal activities, and I can go over some of those criminal activities here in a sec. But I want to show off some things first. Gonna have a lot of jobs for criminals to do, a lot of civilian jobs as well, and we're gonna tie them all together. This is gonna be our city hall as well, where we're gonna be able to do meetings for sheriff's offices and mayor, DOC or COC, Chamber of Commerce. We're also going to be holding votes here probably as well for different positions. There's a couple offices in here on each side. There's 4 offices altogether. So those 2 offices and these 2 right here. And then we have our... I forget what this is. This is like one big office if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. One big office with 2 side rooms. Waiting area and stuff like that. Go around this. There's nothing on the back side of the grand staircase. But you come up here. And on either side of the staircases, we have different voting rooms, which you can go in and vote for whatever you want, whatever the election is. We do plan on having some player elections and stuff like that, and then I believe this is just a library. More offices. Meeting room. Another office over here. And then our city hall, our legislative courtroom. Which we're gonna have the whole state and counties come here, do meetings and stuff for DOC, LEO, doctors, everything government related will be here and be doing different legislative activities here. So as we continue on our tour, I'm going to show you the Saint Denis office that we plan on getting as well. There's some really good businesses and such. We won't get into too much details on those yet because still up in the air, still haven't approved them. I'm just showing you the buildings that have been approved. There's also some mansions as well too that have been approved that we're going to be doing, like tier 3 houses. But this is going to be our police station for the Lemoyne office, our main police station. So this is going to be the reception. And on the first floor we have 2 interrogation rooms. We have one on this side and one on the other. I'm going to just pass you here, sir. We'll go downstairs first. So we have a checkpoint for weapons going into the jail cell, which we will have somebody checking in weapons here. But also, we have our jail cells down here, which we have 5 cells in total, and they go pretty far back, so we can have some pretty decent size rooms for criminals. And then over here is a picture room that we're going to be able to do stuff with as well. I'm going to show you the whole building because I don't want to spoil everything. But this next floor is going to be our meeting room, briefing room, where the Lemoyne Sheriff's Office is going to meet with their deputies. And then we have our deputy offices as well too. Break room and an infirmary or a bed location for our deputies. Then we go one floor up, and we're gonna have our under sheriff's office, evidence room, records, and our sheriff's office. And a little ease of access store right in here. Aside from that, do plan on doing something for Caligo, do plan on doing a revamp for Lymphity, and what was the other? I think we got one more out here. Oh, we did. Okay, so I can leave this over. I do want to show off the Strawberry Sheriff's Office. I just have to get into that. We'll wait on the Strawberry office for right now. Hold on one sec. Let me grab a cord really quick. I'll be right back for a sec, and then we'll be right back. Alrighty. do want to kind of show you what we have right now. So one thing we do have is we have a reworked Emerald Ranch. Kind of just quickly showing all around Emerald Ranch. We have a job already for horse rescue. It is a little bit weird right now, mainly because we have to have our own horse to start it, and there's not, we got to do a little bit of tweaking on it. But I do want to show you one job that we do plan on having. We do have a delivery. Where the hell? Is it this one? Drive contracting. Contracts. So we have different cattle drives that you can go to as well too. Bring some cattle to Valentine, Callaghan, and McFarland's. 12 fucking cattle. I kind of just want to pull it out. Hold on. There's 12? Oh, man. We do plan on having different locations for this. And different ranches being able to start this up as well too. We also have some events as well too that spawn with this job. Sometimes you'll have bandits, sometimes you'll have wolves. And you gotta protect your herd and keep everybody in together. A little bit of a relaxing job. And what's great is your friends or anybody that comes with you as well too will also get paid for doing this as well. Good way to make a little bit of money. Kind of relax, enjoy the scenery, shoot some wolves and outlaws if they plan on coming. Oh no, this one's... Come on, you. Come on. Alright, well, sometimes you'll lose some cattle. If they stray too far away from the herd, that will come about. do want to see. I want to test some things. So I apologize, but I am going to be killing some cows. Honorable. Holy shit. Oh, it does. Okay, cool. I'm not going to finish this because I want to show some different things and do other things too. Can you also skin them? Oh, you can. Okay, cool. So something we want to be able to bring in as well too for the criminals is livestock killing, and that's a good. I wanted to test that. And then what happens if all the herd dies? I'm sorry, pretty cows. So we just have 2 left. Okay. Herd was lost, contract failed. Animals in the herd were lost. Alright, wonderful. It's good to know. Dev tools. Object. No. Dev tools. Object menu. No. Database. Myself. Give. An item. Shovel. 1. What the hell is... Oh. One shovel. I do want to test out the grave digging. Is it this guy? I think it's this guy. I don't think he's here. I don't think so. Is he at the hub? Or is he up here in Moonstone? Not up here. Okay. Well, I did want to do some. Let me show you Armadillo real quick because we did do a revamp of Armadillo. TPM. So we do have some things here. City Hall mostly, doctor's office, the little trader's market, Undertaker, outfits, and we do have a bank here as well too. We do plan on opening that up. Gunsmith. Very Prodigy-esque. But our ranger outpost is going to be over on the other side of this track over here. And we do plan on setting something up for the rangers. That way they have a little bit bigger of a department to bring criminals and such out this way. But I do want to do some work tonight. So I do plan on doing... I am going to put some houses out this way. Mainly because we gotta have a lot of houses to be able to rob for our house robbery system that we plan on doing. And I want to... Because McFarland's is a really big ranch, but it would make sense to have some houses along this road. So maybe some houses out this way, and then over on this side as well too. There's some roads and stuff like that that just they don't lead anywhere, but at the same time they could also lead somewhere. So I do want to put some houses. Maybe like a small house there. Have a little community of houses or something like that. Maybe not necessarily down in the canyon, but something. I don't know, a little house right there, maybe. Maybe a house by that tree. Just make the world a little bit lived in, pretty much. So, if I'm not mistaken, let's see. So, we're gonna copy this. We're gonna test this really quick. So, dev commands. Wait, no. It's database, my name, give item. We're gonna try this. Type 1. Okay. And then it should give us a blueprint. So we're gonna use this one more time, and then we can confirm the build. Oh, okay, so I can raise and lower it. Cool. Awesome. So maybe like this. Raise it up a little bit, maybe? How far up can I raise it? Oh my god, okay. So it doesn't need to be raised that much, but maybe something like this. And then... okay, I can rotate it like that. And then let's go on and place it. Snap to ground? No, 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 no. Build. There we go. Ooh. Confirm. We do plan on having player-owned houses as well too. Alright. So we do plan on... Right now what I'm doing is I'm setting up some houses for some house robberies. And we do... I want to make it so where there's going to be a lot of houses out and about. And they're just going to be random houses for house robberies and arson jobs. Make things a little bit lived in. Page down, database, give item. We got 4, there's 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's not what I wanted. 8, 9, and 10. Alright, let's take a look at these houses. We got type 1. What does type 2 look like? Pretty decent. Definitely has a top floor as well too, which we'd love to see. Alright, we put that away. Type 3. What does this look like? Little log cabin. What we got here? Another log cabin, but it looks like there's 3 rooms here. I do like 4 and 2 so far. What does 5 look like? Holy shit. Okay. Very fancy for 5. Wait, was that 5? That was 5. Where's 6 at? 9, 8, 7, 10, 6. Let's see what 6 looks like. Definitely a dock. Fisher's Dream. Then we got 7. Ooh. Definitely like 7 as well too. More of a New Austin home. What about 8? 8 is also a very New Austin home. This is 9. It's a storefront. Okay. And 10 looks like another storefront. Okay. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. gotta find a better spot for this. Right here wouldn't be a bad spot. Here we go. House up and running. Here we go. One thing that I really want to shy away from is instant housing, where you just go up to a door and it spawns you under the map in some fucking sandbox box, and you go and loot that thing. I want. Sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Sneeze out my soul. I want it to be authentic, where Law can surround the house and kind of see how many people are inside and interact with the people robbing the houses. And at the same time, I want players who are robbing the houses to be able to interact with deputies in and out of the house as well too. Where they can get away or attempt to flee, and they have a good interaction with OEO. Wait, did it get rid of that other house? Oh, it didn't. Okay, cool. Cool. Alright. So, I'm gonna start. Text. Robbery houses. Copy. Paste. What the hell? Is it ammo shotgun? I might have to double check. But, okay, cool, never mind. Where's that? Plenty of... Plenty of... What do we got here? Which one was this again? Is this a big one? That was a big one. Holy fucking shit, this is gonna be huge. I don't know if I'm not gonna place this one. This is a little big. A little big, a little big, a little big. I think we're gonna hold off on this for right now. But I appreciate everybody hanging out for as long as they did. Hopefully you have a good morning, night, day, whatever it is for you. I do plan on doing a little bit more of these development diaries, and I do plan on streaming or conversations. There's a lot going on at the moment. We do plan on having some pretty good criminal activities. Dacre's helping out with doing some shit. Scared the shit out of me. Do plan on doing some penal code stuff with Dacre at some point. Some different I'll go over some crime activities that we're planning on adding real quick before I do go. Let me make this bigger real quick. Alright, so we're going to go over some criminal activities, and I'll give a brief description on what that's going to entail. So all of these are going to be subject to change. We might have them, we might not, depending on if we can script it and how well it goes, but it's looking good so far. So low tier crimes, petty crimes pretty much. We're gonna have 3 different tier systems. We're gonna have basic or low tier, mid tier, and high tier. High tier is gonna be like in-game criminal activities. Mid tier is gonna be like the bulk of your criminal activities, and then low tier people are gonna start off right out the gate being able to do. You're gonna need certain items for certain jobs. You're gonna need certain jobs in order to like max out certain jobs in order to gain access to your next jobs. And it kind of gives a little bit of a slow burn criminal aspect with this. So low tier jobs, stuff that you're going to be able to do right out the gate. Robbing graves, you're going to be able to do that. You're going to be able to do a forged document job, which is basically what it's going to do. You're going to get a job, you're going to get a document that you're going to have to take to a specific telegram office. You're going to have to break into the telegram office and file those forged documents that way. So, quick little break in, drop off an item, get out. Horse robbery. There's going to be horse robbery missions that you're going to be able to go out to different towns or ranches and shoot ranch hands to get a specific horse and bring that horse to a drop-off location. Kind of like boosting, but it's going to be with horses. On that same aspect, livestock killing is going to be a thing. We are going to have a job where you actually have to go out and kill livestock at these different ranches and bring back the loot that you get for that to a specific person. Another thing that you're going to be able to do right off the rip is you're going to be able to pickpocket locals. What we're planning on doing with that is you just sneak up behind a local, pick their pocket, and you should get some loot from it. So that'll be something that you can start getting into right away as well too. And then the drugs and moonshine. We do plan on having drugs. Certain drugs you can only get for doing certain activities. Some of those drugs might be including like cocaine, heroin we do plan on having, and methamphetamines, which was a recent drug for that time period. So meth, heroin, and cocaine are going to be a thing. We also plan on doing maybe opium, like a fungus or a fungi, and hemp. So weed, opium, and fungus. Um, and we'll branch off a little bit on that selling drugs as well too. But you'll be able to distill some moonshine, different flavors of moonshine, and certain locals will not buy certain drugs. So it'll be regional based on who sells what and who buys what. Some people won't be very interested in that. But yeah. Some other things that are going to be right off the rip as well too is you're going to be able to sell your dirty money through fences, and or rather, you're going to be able to clean your dirty money through fences, and there are going to be pawn shops that will buy different trinkets that you get for different jobs as well too. So mid-tier jobs are going to require you to be at least level 2 or 3. We haven't really decided yet. 2 or 3 in the low tier jobs. So once you get to 2 or 3 in those jobs, then you'll unlock the mid tier crimes, which are going to be house robberies, general store robberies, where you can go to a general store and rob the general store for loot. Jewelry store robberies, you're gonna need a specific item in order to do jewelry store robberies. Bootlegging is going to be an expansion on drug selling. The way that I have it mapped out right now is once you get a certain amount of items, you can take it to a bootlegging zone to crate up, and once you get a certain amount of crates, you can do deliveries to bulk sell your drugs instead of just selling straight to locals. It's going to be a little bit more risky. You're definitely going to come into issues with not only the law department agencies or different NPC bootleggers that are trying to get your stuff as well too. So it's definitely going to be a bigger risk job for a higher reward for selling drugs or bulk pushing drugs and moonshine. So we do plan on doing something for that. We are trying to do a train robbery job as well too, where you actually, there's a train that'll spawn, and we haven't done a lot of work on this, but these are just spitballing ideas. We do plan on trying to do a train robbery job, where you can go and rob a train. Low tier banks, so there's going to be two different tiers of banks. The lower tier ones are going to be like your basic ones like Valentine, Rhodes. Saint Denis is also going to be a low tier bank, only because we're going to have a bigger jewelry store in Saint Denis, and that's actually the one that we showed you earlier. And then the Blackwater Bank is going to be our bigger bank. And you're still going to be able to rob that, but there's going to be a little bit more, it's going to be a little bit more involved. As well as the Armadillo Bank as well too. You'll be able to do the Armadillo Bank. We do plan on having a jailbreak job. That way, if you have a gang member that's in jail and you currently know exactly where they are and where they're staying, either it be in Sisika or any of the other sheriff's departments, we're going to be able to do a jailbreak job where you can break in and get them at a very, very high risk outcome. So we do plan on doing a jailbreak job. We do plan on doing stagecoach robberies as well too, where a stagecoach will spawn somewhere out in the world, and you either, there's going to be two different two different versions of this. There's going to be a low tier one and a high tier one as well too. So the low tier one, you're going to be able to go out to a stagecoach. It's going to spawn some NPCs that are driving it. All you have to do is kill the NPCs, grab the stagecoach, and bring it back to a certain location. That's the low tier one. The higher tier one that we plan on doing the high tier crimes with, it's going to spawn an armored stagecoach. You're going to have to kill the driver, and then it will spawn a certain amount of NPCs that come out of the stagecoach to try and kill you. You kill those guys, a stagecoach is empty, you bring out dynamite, bust open the back of the stagecoach, blow it open, grab the loot, get out that way. Don't actually have to steal the stagecoach for that job, but we do plan on doing a higher end version of that as well, where you get to kill more NPCs and it's a little bit more risky for it. We do plan on doing storerooms and camp robberies. That's going to be its own separate job. Basically what that's going to entail is you're going to go out to these different camps or these different storerooms, and you're going to be able to loot different types of items from that. So not only are you going to get pawn items for that, but you might also get like some guns or some drugs or moonshine from these specific camp locations. So that's something that we do plan on doing. We do also plan on doing a job where you are going to be able to rob doctor offices. This comes into play with like the cocaine or the heroin, stuff that were more medicinal purpose for the time period. We do plan on having a job where you actually go out and have to rob doctors' offices for these specific items. Excuse me. Another thing on houses, we do plan on doing an arson job as well too, and this is where you are going to have a mission from a quest giver that'll send you out to go destroy a home. Maybe that individual or something like that pissed off the local gang or the higher gang that kind of directs people and gives the black market jobs. But they go out and send you out to this house, and you have to destroy the house. You have to burn it down. So you have to actually go out and do an arson job for these people. Something we plan on doing. And that might involve some Molotovs and might involve some torches. It all depends on what you have. And then the higher tier stuff. Obviously, I've gone over the higher tier stagecoaching, the bigger bank in Blackwater. And if we plan on getting one, I do plan on doing a casino job as well too. So casino job would be something at the high end level that we plan on doing. Again, stuff that is subject to change. We can do a little bit of workaround around some mid-tier, high-tier stuff, add some higher tier stuff. We might add some more jobs as well too. Maybe a art gallery job. That's something that I had thought about as well too. Actually, let me go on and put that in. So art gallery job would be in Saint Denis. There's an art gallery there where you actually have to go in, bust in there and rub some high-end some paints, some high-end paintings, stuff that we plan on having. But future stuff for future details. We got a little bit of jobs. We also got to do some civilian jobs as well too, like lumberjacking, mining. We have a mining script in here somewhere. It's a little, it's a work in progress right now. We got gun store owners are going to be able to craft guns, horse tamers. We do plan on having a breeding system as well too with our horses, and each horse has its own different personalities. Some personalities are better than others. Some are just fun and a little bit more interactive with your horse. So your horse is going to be its own character in and of itself. Where if it's a little bit more difficult or challenging, it's going to fight you and you're going to have fun with it. Gold panning, we do plan on having that. Farming, I think I said that already. Carpentry, we do plan on having carpentry. Cooking, we're going to have different types of businesses for food. And really, it's just going to be whatever else we can find. Glassworks, hunting. We're gonna have doctors, lawyers, different LEO. Chamber of Commerce is gonna be more or less like your mayors of different counties. And then we'll also have a governor as well too, which I look forward to doing the different elections for. Criminals are going to have different hubs that they can go to do different jobs. And yeah, it's just going to be, as we progress through this, we'll continue doing these dev diaries as well too. But I look forward to actually seeing this in a work in progress. I do think we have a lot of people with a lot of vision. And yeah, I think this is going to be really fun to do. Not only a development diary, but also how we ended up from where we are now to opening day. So, I hope everybody has a good morning, night, day, whatever it is for you. And I look forward to doing this in the future. So, yeah, peace out, y'all.